Ladies and gentlemen, number 22, Larry Nance. Larry Nance, veteran of 13 NBA seasons and three-time NBA All-Star. Larry, the Cavs officially retire jersey number 22 in your honor. Number 22 will never be worn by another Cavs player.
Even though it's my story, I can still appreciate what are the odds?
This is the kid we grew up together. We would go to soccer tournaments together. We would play video games together. I'm like, how did this kid get here? It's just unbelievable.
Run down, kind of sick, real lazy kid. Picked up a basketball around my 8th grade year. When I left school, I wasn't supposed to get drafted. I was just really hoping for, a chance.
Keep the magic in upon my hands, young routine. Pass the pitbull, pass routine. Daily questions, it routine of a fiend. I think it's too dream, me. Hold up now, you a scheming. I don't spaz out when I see these greens. Only spaz out when the jazz reach loud and the whole damn crowd looks at them like wow. Now, finna milk the game, whole cow. That's the best.
So I was born and raised in a basketball family. I remember getting to see it in the locker room, and I remember Shaq was in there and LeBron was in there, and it was so cool. It was the Cavs. These guys were bigger than life. Little did I realize that my dad was a legend for that very team.
This is what I'm in the league for. This is what I've been playing for. And I think this team right here is a team that I can do it on.
That I didn't realize that until about high school. I was 6'1", 130 pounds late in my sophomore year. It was literally like somebody was just holding me back.
Never said he was sick. He just would sit with his hood up in a recliner and had zero desire to do anything else.
Growing up in a basketball family with the name Larry Nance Jr. in Akron, when your dad played for the Cavs, that's a lot of pressure and weight on you. But, it happens. Maybe he just didn't want to play basketball.
Casey was an energy player. I was an energy player. And, to have a kid that don't put energy out, it just drives me crazy.
We thought he might be low on iron, so we took him in because it's got to be something.
I got diagnosed with Chron's disease at the Cleveland Clinic.
And just after that, it was just kind of a whirlwind of meeting with doctors.
He was in the hospital getting treatment for something that I didn't really understand. I was kind of scared, honestly. That's my older brother. I looked up to him, so I was just hoping that everything would be okay with him.
Obviously, nobody wants to have a chronic illness, but my family did a great job of making sure that, hey, just because you have this doesn't mean you can't be a professional athlete. Do whatever you want to do. And so, got my first treatment for it, and it was like a light switch. 2 weeks of getting my first treatment, I'd grown 2 inches and gained 20 pounds. It was an awesome time for me. It really was, because I started to realize, oh, this is what normal people feel like.
I was happy to see him happy, and I was happy to see him healthy, and he was dunking, and he was running, and he became a tremendous athlete.
Played that year on varsity, and then my senior year, I was pretty good. At the time I committed to University of Wyoming, I had 2 offers, and it was Wyoming and Bowling Green. Got out to Wyoming and thrived. Talked to my parents and talked to my coaches about, hey, I think I'm gone after this year. I think I'm going to leave for the draft. Our very next game, I was killing it. Had 20 in the first half and started the second half.
Saw him go down. It's like, oh no. We could tell it was not good.
Tore my ACL. My NBA dreams were right in front of me, and that hurt. Bad. So rehabbed all that summer and just getting stronger, trying to come back and trying to learn how to walk and chew gum at the same time again. Came back for the senior year wearing the big old ACL brace, and it was almost like I'd never lost a step.
Nance has the rebound. There's the buzzer. The Cowboys have pulled off the upset.
Packed up, went home, and started training for the draft. Signed with Priority Sports, Mark Bartelstein in Chicago, and just went to work.
We were just sitting back and watching, and he just got stronger and stronger and thrived. So at a draft, we just didn't know what to expect.
There were big questions about my injury, and so a lot of guys have parties and throw big events like that, but I didn't know if I was getting picked, and I didn't want anybody to see me if I was disappointed.
I just remember thinking, I'm like, this is part of everything you've been through. Like, this is part of who you are, like kind of the underdog, like being overlooked for college scholarships. And then with the Chron's to have to battle that, and then the knee injury to have to battle that. I'm like, you know what, like if they don't respect you now, so what? Like, you've already beaten so many things. This is just another opportunity.
We put up a sign outside that said, private, do not disturb, family time only.
Timberwolves were picking at 25, and then the Spurs were at 26, Lakers were at 27. And the Lakers got on the clock, and
Los Angeles Lakers select Larry Nance Jr. from the University of Wyoming.
that, to this day, is the happiest moment of my life.
What's he going to do? One down, Shibble, 5 to shoot.
I've known him for a long time, and this is a very underrated late bloomer. I hope that as I'm talking, you guys are showing footage of some of his dunks.
Look at the elevation of Larry Nance.
When Larry got drafted, I think Kobe was scouting back then or something, and he used to tell us, I'm trying to get your boy home, trying to get your boy home. They don't want to let him go.
We had to change culturally. We had to bring in guys, younger guys with great attitude, great work ethic, and so we saw an opportunity there.
So I didn't really expect anything, and then woke up on the morning of the trade deadline, obviously a little bit nervous just because things are happening.
We used to say, wouldn't it be great if he went to Detroit or Indiana, because Cleveland is too much to ask for.
Before I could pull out of the driveway, I got a call from Rob Pelinka, our GM in LA, and he just kind of told me, he's like, hey, we just traded you to Cleveland.
The day of the trade, I had 97 texts. People were so happy. I mean, in this town, they felt they had watched him grow up.
As soon as I got off the phone with him, I was trying to call the Cavs up and see what it took to get that 22 on his bag.
I think 22 is just kind of a symbol. It's something we've all been able to rally around. Just being a good person and really just trying to live life the right way in every single aspect of life.
Got to the locker room against San Antonio on that Sunday, and it was like, there it is. I'm wearing 22, Nance Jr., 22 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, come on. I get to come home. 2, I get to play with the greatest player of our generation, and arguably the greatest player ever. 3, there's a Nance 22 retired that my dad for this, for this franchise that's at the top of the NBA right now, and now, You know, his son 30 some years later gets to play for that same franchise and wear that same number. That's unbelievable.
You know, if you play an NBA period, that's a storybook. And to be able to come back to the team that his dad played for,
he got his wish, and we got our wish having him here.
Like I said, I want to be here. This is my home, and 22 is my number.